all that whole rave scene was a product of the Margaret Thatcher years, basically. All them years of repression, oppression. The 80s in England was shit. It was very capitalist, you know, yeah. She was trying to make everyone buy their houses, you know, the work thing, and there's nothing underground. Oh, it's just horrible. And that's why, so, you know, when the rave thing happened in '89, it was like, oh yeah, wicked, let's go.
One night, I'd be in a pub, and this guy would walk up to us and say, do you want to come to a party? And suddenly you'd find yourself in a room with 2,000 people of all cultures, all races, all styles, you know, suddenly dancing to this new acid house beat that's fresh from Chicago. It's no longer pop music. It's no longer the 3-minute sale, you know. It's actually a programmed voyage for the mind.
This is it.
And I was working in a PA hire shop. So each week, people would come in and hiring their amps and PAs and stuff, and I would hear about all these different parties going on.
And for me, the ideal rave is like outside with a really big rig and all your friends on the dance floor. That is for me.
This acid party sort of thing turned into like a new wave of psychedelic. And that was the thing that really blew my head off. Why was this new electronic music so different from all the other electronic musics I'd heard before? The fact was it was just a drum machine and a bass line, and the way the bass line moved was completely different to anything I'd heard before. It wasn't moving in the sense of harmony and melody, it was going round on a loop. And that loop would change not in pitch, but in frequency. And that was something revolutionary for me anyway. Which is the most basic principle of all of this, is to clean yourself from a week at work. But after that, there are many levels to that. How far do you want to go with it? And that's where I saw Mark as such a great catalyst for all of that, because he was so clear about that.
There was a real buzz in the air, you know, about this kind of new place, but it was all very commercial. So the one thing that was missing was the connection with the free space, because there is no free space. Every single square centimetre is under control. It's very important to have these social centres where people can come and meet and network and exchange ideas, because without people doing that, no contact.
Mark, he had this kind of vision. He went off in this kind of mad trance for 9 days where he got completely spiralled by this cosmic nurse. And completely spiraled me and Simon and his brother Zander and then all the rest of everybody.
It's strange how it happened. I had this job in a printing place, and on the wall there was a picture of this fossil, which is a spiral ammonite, and I was just experimenting on this, you know, and going into infinity on the photocopy and out and in. Suddenly this kind of very strange, you know, connection, this very strange sort of revelation, if you like, of this image and what it meant. All connecting. The spiral, the perfect image to connect through all points. Got a small sound system together, and we began to put parties on.
And then after that, it was all, it was rave on, basically.
I go to this first ever Spiral Tribe party, and it's like back, you know, this acid house music, you know. For me, being already a bit of a mushroom adept at that time, it was perfect. We're all just going, wow!
This mad, cosmic spiral trip would all be just totally spiraled. It's wicked with the music and everything else, you know, you're just going, yeah, we can change the world.
In hindsight, I think we were very utopian, you know what I mean? And that's the spirit of those times. Anything goes, anything can happen, and we're going to push the button, and why not revolution?
We let down all the barriers. We allowed it to have its own life. That was kind of difficult, you can imagine, but incredible at the same time. It was a very hard life, living on the road, doing the parties continually.
Each individual person starts to realise that it's less important to get caught on the material, and it's less important to get the career and the job and all these kind of things, and much more important to discover what you are. Just being free in thinking and dancing.
The first one was Longstock. It was the displaced Stonehenge.
They didn't want these people coming into Wiltshire and occupying the area around Stonehenge.
It became a spiritual realisation. We were out in the nature, in the environment, and we were going to continue to whatever end. We realised that we would not return to the lives that we were living the day before. That was a key moment of no return.
Wake up.